My name is Elizabeth Grzeszczyk, and I fell in love with a con man. While on a business trip for Bayer Pharmaceuticals in Miami, Florida, a man sat down at the table next to mine as I dined alone at an outdoor cafe in South Beach. He introduced himself in a charming British accent as Jonathan Palmer. "There's a race car driver by that name," I exclaimed. "That's me," he replied. I asked him several questions, and when he could see I was still skeptical, he pulled out a British passport in the name of Jonathan Palmer. To make a long story short, he quickly stole my heart, and when he suggested he change his business plans to remain in this country with me, I was thrilled. We flew back to my home in Connecticut, and my life became a whirlwind as I was quickly caught up into his glamorous lifestyle. However, as the months went by, he wasn't nearly as charming or attentive as he had been when we first met, and he owed me a lot of money. I became disenchanted and asked him to leave. He cleared out, leaving me several $1,000s in debt. It was then that I discovered he was not Jonathan Palmer, the British former Formula One Grand Prix race car driver, but Jonathan Kern, an internationally wanted con man. I was devastated. I realized he had just been using me for my money. I was completely humiliated. I was forced to declare bankruptcy, my car was repossessed, and I lost my job. However, Milford, Connecticut police were able to bring charges against him. Jonathan Kern was charged with second-degree forgery, second-degree larceny, and criminal impersonation. Unsolved Mysteries became interested in my case and flew me out to Los Angeles to film an episode on Kern. After the episode was aired, many leads came in, including a lead from a man in Paris, France, who stated Kern had been arrested and gave the court date for his trial. I traveled to Paris to testify against him. He was convicted of all charges and sentenced to 3 years in prison. I thought and hoped my ordeal was over. However, after Kern was released from prison, I learned he was back to conning people. That's when I decided to write my book, I Fell in Love with a Con Man. After my book was published, I was inundated with emails from people around the world who had been conned by Kern. Many did not go to the authorities, either because they were embarrassed by what had happened or were afraid of Kern's threats. After one former girlfriend went to the police, Kern left her threatening messages on her cell phone saying he would send people to break her legs or burn her house down. For the past several years, Kern has started various business ventures, folding each venture to avoid paying creditors. Here's a recent photo of Kern. He's the black sheep of a wealthy British family. His father, Cyril Kern, disowned him many years ago because of his criminal activities. His father is alive and well and living in South Africa. However, if Kern owes you money, he'll say differently, as he wrote to one business owner in 2008. "When my father passed away, things were a big mess, and I had my immediate family to support, and still do, until his estate is legally sorted. I have every intention of paying you, but am unable to do so immediately because of circumstances, but hope they will be sorted very soon." Kern recently ran back to the safety of his mother's home in order to avoid bill collectors who came to his home demanding payment for which he was unwilling to pay. I've only been able to cover a fraction of Kern's criminal activities here. For more information, you can Google Jonathan Kern, Con Man, or Google the title of my book, I Fell in Love with a Con Man. I hope by spreading the word about Kern, it will prevent him from conning others. Thank you.